up, and then I'm gonna play some music. Not awfully loud, so let me know if that seems like really loud or if it just seems really quiet, you can't hear it at all. It is just copyright free music, the one playlist I found that still seems to be pretty decent music, but not necessarily what I normally play in here. So I can record it and hopefully it won't get booted off of YouTube. Welcome Cam, welcome Diane, welcome Sharon. All right, my friends, we are gonna get going. We're just gonna start with a little squat hip circle to warm up the body. So take a squat, hip circle. So a minute right here. Then we have 7 sets of work. One of the moves will be for 40 seconds. One of the moves will be for 20 seconds. And then after we go through all of that for our 7 minutes, we'll reverse it. We'll switch the move that's 40 seconds and we'll flip the move that's 20 seconds. So you'll end up getting a minute of each move twice, right? I think, if I did that right. Anyway, you'll have 14 minutes of work and you'll be doing a move for either 40 seconds or 20 seconds and we'll flip it halfway through. All right, we're gonna come up to move number 1, 2, and 1, high knees. So here we go, 40 seconds of our high knees. It'll actually be about 45 seconds just this first move. So I had to turn my timer on. You got it right here. Music is loud. All right, keep it going. Yeah, it's always hard to tell because it doesn't necessarily sound the same to me as you. You do also know you can control your volume a little bit as well, turning it up or down. But yeah, thank you for giving me some guidance because it sounds very different for me than it does to you. 15 seconds to go right here. Our 20-second move is going to be reverse lunges. We're gonna take step back lunges in 6 seconds. Welcome Sharon, welcome Lisa, welcome Lorraine. Here we go, reverse lunges, 20 seconds. So it's 14 solid minutes of work. We won't really have a break. We will get our break when we get to stretch. You got it, Dana. Here we go, 2 and 1, jumping jack. You've got some options, right? Your little half jacks, low impact jacks. Turn my camera up just a little bit. Keep cutting my head off. Your good old basic jack. You got it. So knowing that it's 14 straight minutes, right? We have to pace ourselves a little bit. We don't get 10-second breaks. So we might not be pushing all out, but we're holding a nice steady pace. Welcome, Anna. Our 20-second move coming up is gonna be our pendulum. Swing our legs side to side, right here. So our little pendulum. If you wanna do it like our Bardio pendulum, we get really nice and low, right? Or you can just kind of stay up here. Your little TikTok, low impact. Lots of options. Burpee or lunge squat. Here we go, 40-second move. Burpee, or you could do lunge, squat, or I sometimes like to just do a squat reach. So kind of the top of the burpee. Our 20-second move coming up is going to be push-ups on the floor, the wall, or you can do little prayer pulses if you don't have a wall and you don't want to come to the floor. I'll show you all of that. 7 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So either taking your push-ups for 20 seconds, or you could do little prayer pulses, or you could do your push-ups on the wall, right? Just something to kind of give you a little bit of a breather, but work the strength. Knees or toes. We're gonna come up to shuffle squat. Here we go. So if you're all the way down on the ground, give yourself a second, right? And shuffle squat. Back to 40-second moves. So just playing with timing. I like to play with timing. Second half will reverse. The move that's 40 seconds will become 20 and so on. 20 seconds to go right here. We're gonna hold our 20 seconds of little squat pulsing, or maybe little squat hops if you want more of a jump. You got it. Right there. Here we go. So you can squat pulse it, or you can squat hop it. 20 seconds. You could also squat heel lift. Squat heel lift. So either straight up pulse, lift the heels, or even take little hops. 3, 2, and 1. Speed bag. So little jog, speed bag, 40 seconds. Keep it going, keep it going. Just checking my notes, making sure I'm not skipping anything because it does happen. I think I'm good. You could be marching, you could be jogging, right? Halfway. 20 seconds, we'll do our back kicks. So we'll just back kick for 20 seconds when we finish our 40-second speed bag. You got it. Awesome, Valerie. Looks great. Anna and Lorraine. Nice, Jan. Here we go. Back kicks. Back kicks. Again, if anybody wanted to come down to the ground and make these little single or even double donkey kicks, you can. Totally optional. Yeah, some of you taking that. I love it. Awesome, Lisa. You got it, Sharon. We're either going knee to elbow, standing side crunch, or again, giving you some options to bring it to the floor today if you like. So you can take this little spider plank. You do not have to come to the ground, right? But it will bring a little bit more upper body strength into that if you want to take that down to the ground. You got it. So either stay here. Now, if you're on the ground, in 8 seconds, you're gonna hold right knee to right elbow. If you're standing, we're gonna hold right knee to right elbow. 2 and 1. Hold, little pulse, little pulse. So just 10 seconds each side. Or if you're on the floor, right, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. Switch sides, switch sides. So just a little pulse holding one side. River dance is coming up. Our last 2 moves. Here we go. Up and over, river dance right there. So if you were taking those floor moves today, right, you are kind of getting up and down off the floor a couple of times. It's not required, but it is a nice option. You got it, Jamie. Awesome. We've got Jan E and Jan O. You both look amazing. You got it, Dana. Our final move is going to be our leg breakers, where we lunge forward, pulling someone's ankles out from under them. That's in 6 seconds. And then we're going right back to the top and just reversing which move is 20 and which move is 40. Let's go. Leg breakers, 20 seconds right here. So we'll be going back to high knees. Whoops, I lied. We'll be going back to reverse lunges because we'll be alternating which one is 40, which one's 20. So our next move will be reverse lunges. Here we go, 40 seconds, right? So this was 20 seconds the first time. So the order's a little bit different, right? I'm just kind of flipping them. High knees will be for 20 seconds. That's on deck, that's coming up next. You're halfway done. 15 seconds right here. Whew. You got it. We're awake now, right? Great afternoon pick me up. Here we go. High knees, high knees. Energy, build energy, right? Maybe you came in thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go, really slowly. And as you get going, your body's like, no, I wanna move more. You got it. Pendulum is next. 40 seconds of our pendulum in 3, 2, and 1. Welcome, Chrissy. Welcome, Eileen. So it's 40 seconds on our pendulum and 20 seconds on our jacks. Nice. Yes. And again, remember, low impact. I don't have to jump. So option. You got it. 12 seconds to go. 20 seconds of jacks coming up. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, so here's our basic jack, little half jack, low impact jack. Anybody want a star? Ooh, that's always an option. You'll get 2 out of me, that's it. Keep it going, keep it going. Then we have our 40 seconds for our push-up. So either push-up, prayer pulses, floor or wall. Here's your 40-second move. So this is one of your options to come to the floor. We get a few options today of coming to the floor, wall or prayer pulse. This also can be your little bit of a breather, right? Because we're moving a little slower, even though we're really working strength. 15 seconds to go, and then it's 20 seconds of our burpee. Five, 3, 2, 1. If you're on the floor, you can start your burpee on the floor. Lunge, lunge, squat, squat, jump, or coming in and out of our burpee. Just 20 seconds this time. Then we have our squat pulsing, or squat heel raise, or squat hops, 40 seconds, right? So you can stay right here for 40 seconds. You can take this little down and up, or little hops, little hops, little hops. You got it right there, my friends. Nice. Right, so we're just getting a quick little squat pulse, maybe squat hops, maybe squat heel lifts. And then we're gonna turn this into 20 seconds shuffle squat. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Shuffle squat, shuffle squat. So it's a little bit of a lopsided squat probably, right? Because you kind of are in shuffle mode. You got it. Then 40 seconds of back kicks, or again, option to come to the ground for donkey kicks. Here we go, right here. So you can stay standing, or if you want that chance to come down, little single leg donkeys, just gives you a little bit more arm, shoulder work, or double leg donkeys, right? Whichever one you choose, or of course, staying standing. 20 more seconds to go on our kicking. Then we have 20 seconds of speed bag. You got it. Come on, make those kicks count. 4 seconds. We're going into speed bag right here. Come on, speed bag. Then you'll have another option to come to the floor. We're gonna hold right knee to right elbow, little pulse, 20 seconds, then hold the other 20 seconds, and then we'll be alternating. So we gotta split this one. So right knee to right elbow, great, you can hold right here, taking that balance, or if you want that option to come to the floor. Like holding this plank with a little knee to elbow pull. 3, 2, switch sides. So again, standing, if you want that core, down on the ground, holding that knee to elbow, crunch. Now you can tap down every time, right? Or we can work our balance. And then we're gonna alternate side to side, either on the floor or standing. 2 and 1. Here we go, crunch, 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 crunch. Or that spider plank, crunch, 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 crunch. You got it right there. Just checking my notes. We're coming into our final minute in 5 seconds. We have 40 seconds of leg breakers. 2 and 1. Lunge. Hop back out of the way. Pull their feet from under them. Get out of the way. Right, hands up. I didn't do it. Somebody else knocked you off your feet. Yeah. And then we will finish with 20 seconds of river dancing. So if you're starting to join us for the stretch, we will be there soon. I do like to start this class with some standing stretches, get a little upper body stretching in as our heart rate comes down. And then we'll move down to the floor, which is usually where we'll finish up. You got it right here. 5 seconds. River dance, 2 and 1 right here. Finish it up and over. Final 20 seconds of shred. I will give you, a minute of cool down. Kind of grab some water, tap it side to side, and then we'll get right into our stretching. You got it. Love it. Awesome. Oh, you got somebody with you, Anna. Welcome to your friend. 2 and 1. Ooh, I think I took you a few seconds over on that one. Grab a drink, my friends. Oh. So I'm just going to end the music on the stretch portion today because, again, I'm recording and I'm trying to do it where we won't get, where it will let us upload it to YouTube and everything. Ooh. Nice. All right. So welcome. Welcome, Karina. Welcome, Tracy. I think I already welcomed Chrissy, but welcome. We are going to move into our stretch portion, especially if you just finished shred. Just tap it side to side a few more seconds, grab a drink, a little bit of breather. And then we'll start with some standing upper body stretches and move our way down to the ground. Oh. So you should be kind of starting to feel like, I could say my name, say my address maybe. Welcome, Linda. We'll just start with a little interlace of the hands behind our back so that if you feel, sometimes when the heart rate is really up, the body wants to move. It's hard to just make it be still. So as we start with this stretch, a little sway side to side is fine, or just a little tapping, right? Still letting the heart rate come down. Only if your body feels like that's what it wants to do. You don't have to force it. Nice. Good. And we'll release our hands, inhale them up. Take a side bend over to our right. I like to take my feet a little bit wider, a little bit on the knees for balance. But again, whatever feels good to you. I sometimes also like to bring the right hand to the hip. This lets me stretch a little bit deeper. Now think about your awareness being navel to sternum. Just take a little bit of a twist, right? It's not going to be real big, but you'll just feel kind of this nice little twist through your back. You don't want to force it. You don't want to go too hard. We're just taking our internal organs, our spine, just giving it a nice little twist. Twists are really good for our rest and digest system. And then we'll open that twist out. Come on up. A little sway side to side. I don't know about you, but I always feel longer. I feel like my left shoulder is higher than my right. It probably is after that. Big inhale, arms up and over to the left. Right, a little bend to the knees. Maybe a left hand down. Reaching, opening through the right side of the body. Really good for the intercostal muscles that run between the rib cage. When they're tight and cramped, we don't want to take as big of a breath because it doesn't feel good. So we want them to be mobile. And then we're just going to have to take all of this in here, navel to sternum. Little twist. It's not big. Just going to feel that little twist. And then open the twist. Come on up. We're going to work down into our quad and hip flexor. So right foot forward, you can stay lifted. You don't have to bring the knee to the ground. So if it bothers you to bring the knee to the ground, just keep it lifted. And you can raise that left hand. Or however, right, you can bring the knee to the ground. That allows you to kind of hinge forward a little more with a little deeper opening. So wherever that feels best to you. You can even bring both arms up. That'll deepen the stretch, but it also makes it a little more work. So only if that feels okay to you. And then from here, we'll start to lower our hands down to the ground. Now, again, you can keep the back knee up, but I do want you, whether your knee's up or down, bring the left hand to the ground, walk the right foot out a little bit wide, and then gently kind of press into the right inner thigh. So we get a little more into the hip opening. And then if you like, you can always come down to the left elbow, right? And that will deepen the stretch even more. So this is a lizard variation. This gets deep into your hip socket. Nice. Now you might find yourself leaning to the left. Gently bring your torso a little bit to the right, which is kind of squaring our hips. And also deepens the stretch. And then your right hand, if you've been pushing away, you can raise yourself back up. We'll walk the right foot in, curl the left toes under. We're going to step into a down dog, just kind of long enough to shake our legs out a little bit. It doesn't have to be a pretty down dog. And then we'll work on bringing the left leg forward. So again, you can stay up, high lunge, one arm, two arms. You can bring that knee down, hands on the ground, one arm, two arms, wherever it feels best to you. It might not be exactly the same as the first side. Just go where it feels right. So this, of course, is opening the quad, but you really feel it kind of right up here in the hip crease area. So when we sit in a chair, right, this is always creased. So it gets shortened, it gets tightened. It's a great way to stretch it out. And then we'll bring our hands down, walk the left foot out, and you can stay up, pressing away, or you can come down onto your forearm. And you can see I immediately kind of lean to the right. So I'm going to pull myself center. If I feel a little unsteady, I don't have to push the leg away. Right? My hands can be on the ground, or I can push it away. Lizard pose, because this is kind of how lizards will stop, kind of mid walk. We'll come up onto our arms. Whew. Walk the leg in, and then just come over onto our bottom. Just let your heels rest on the ground for a moment. Rock your knees side to side. Just a little loosening. And then we'll extend the right leg. Bring the left leg into kind of tree position. So just somewhere onto the inner thigh. Flex the right foot. We're going to come into a one-sided hamstring stretch. So sometimes when we do one leg at a time, we can get a little bit deeper. It also may make it so that you can reach your right foot, in which case you would just gently pull back on the ball of the foot. That's going to deepen the stretch through the calf. Try to relax between your shoulder blades, relax your shoulders, relax your chest, relax your jaw. And then we'll walk it up. Take the left foot, step it over the right. Now, right leg can stay long, or this is where you can tuck it under you. But either way, we want to be able to sink down into the left hip so that my shoulders come square over my hips. If I'm doing this, then I want to keep the leg long, right? I want to be able to get shoulders over hips. From there, we'll just hug that left knee into the chest, set a little taller. Gently press into the left hip. And then your choice, if you want to add a little bit of a twist or reaching your left arm behind you, adding a lot of a twist, but keep pulling along through the spine. Resist the urge to round down. and release. So we'll straighten the left leg now, right leg in kind of tree position, and just reaching out over the left leg. Think about pulling the head towards the foot, maybe gently pulling on the left ball of the foot. To really feel your body slowing down, your heart rate slowing down. So a good determinant of kind of where you are physically fitness or how your physical fitness is improving, right, is when you can push hard like we just did and you start to recover more quickly because our bodies get more efficient at being able to push hard, put the stress on the body. But then saying, danger's gone, right? That physical activity, let me shift into rest and digest. And the more kind of conditioned we are, the more easily we're able to do that. Come on up. Take our right foot over. Again, you can keep the left leg long or tuck it under you. Sink into the right hip, set nice and tall. And then you decide how much twisting you want to put into that. A quick announcement, Ascent. Ascent starts March the 1st. It's a 100-day Ascent, 100-day program. You'll set like a VFit goal and an outside goal. You'll be coached. So those registrations are happening right now. The program is a little over half full, and typically people kind of sign up the last week. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on that, do get those signups in. And then that way you've got everything going, ready to go from the beginning. If you're not sure what Ascent is or what's going on, just tag one of us trainers. We will definitely fill you in. And release. You do get a team, you form a team. You'll have the same coach. We'll take this into a straddle. You'll have the same coach for the full 100 days. You'll have some, live Zoom meetings with your coach, little weekly challenges. It's a great way to get to know other people as well as kind of set some goals. So these are always optional programs, right? We try to bring you many different opportunities because each of us need and thrive and lean towards different things. So don't ever feel like you have to do everything. We don't expect anyone to do everything, but just different offerings so you can find what works best for you. And if you're a little bit newer, I know sometimes it's like you're not sure. You're like, I don't know which program's best for me. Always reach out to us. We can give you some guidance. And from here, come on up. Come over onto hands and knees for a couple of cat cows, which is just always really good for the spine. And if it's good for the spine, it's good for the neurological system because much of our central nervous system, right, runs through the spine, from the spine. We'll take our final minute together, setting back into a child's pose, or maybe you prefer puppy. So you can keep the bottom in the air if you like. You can press back off a wall. Getting a little more stretch through the shoulders, the arms. Take a couple more breaths, my friends. Hmm. Feel free to stay in that stretch if you like, or just take a couple of extra minutes just to sit quietly and breathe, or maybe a shavasana. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will be back up later this evening for yin. Bye, everybody.